doing it. You supposed to be happy you sitting there with Kid L. Why you mad?
The Kid L podcast.
The legendary, the prolific, the iced out right now. My dog Rudy is in the building. What's happening, my
Definitely,
boy?
man. What's going on, bro? What's up with you?
Chilling, man. We were just talking a minute ago. You and BabyTron just did a shoot together, which is dope, man.
Yeah, hell yeah. Drew the Dash. That's on my album that come out this Friday, actually.
This Friday it's dropping?
Yup. Checkmate.
That's dope, man. You and Tron working together. How did it come together?
I actually Tron busy as hell, man. You gotta catch you gotta take advantage of the opportunity while you got it. So I feel like I was at the hip hop lab one day. Lando called me up there to do some shit for him, and I'm like, damn, Tron right here. I need you to get on something for me real quick, bro. And he did that shit so fast. I'm like, I got something else. Knocked out 2 of them in the same day. So
Are both of them gonna be on the tape?
no, only Do the Dash is on the tape. Yeah, I'm tucking for one of my other tapes.
Very, very cool, man. How'd you formulate the tape that's coming out? How did you process it when you were developing it?
It kind of happened after. This is one of the tapes that I've been putting together after my incident with me getting shot. It's been coming along as I develop my documentary, and I've been recording a lot of music, but all of the hardest songs I've just been putting to the side for this tape.
Yeah, man. And it's very unfortunate to hear in many circumstances you've been targeted, and unfortunately you've been shot multiple times on multiple different occasions.
Yeah.
Coming out like 50 Cent, goddamn it, just surviving and pushing through.
Yeah.
You said this is after the most recent time. Is this after based off the most recent time that you were shot? That's
Yeah.
kind of
The most recent time was the 3rd time. Yeah.
when was this?
April 20th, 2022.
Yeah, damn.
So the third, like, is it like a memorial date or what is it called? That was yesterday.
Oh, goddamn. Oh, so it's like a anniversary.
Anniversary. That's what I'm looking for, yeah.
Damn, son. It's like a day a lot of people would want to forget, but it had to have had such an impact on you that you turned it into a tape, right?
Yeah, definitely, man. I just like embrace it. It ain't I can't make no money off of it, just sitting and dwelling about it and being sad and shit.
I know it's always tough for people to get into, but kind of the day a little bit, the day that the 3rd time you got struck, what was like not the situation, but what were you doing? Like, where were you at? Were you just in the wrong place at the wrong time?
No, I wouldn't say wrong place at the wrong time. I definitely was targeted.
Yeah.
420 is like a weed smoking day. I was at a 420 event for one of my homeboys, and I left, and a female that I know told me, like, yeah, why you ain't say bye to me, come back and see me out. Went back to see her, kicked it with her for about 15-20 minutes, and as I was leaving, like, I was pulling up to 8 Mile, and I just look in my rearview mirror, and I could see like a car pulling up on the side of me, dropping the window, and a gun coming out the window. So that's kind of how that went.
Because you've experienced it before, were you able to like remain calm? Like, were you able to be like, all right, I've been here before? Or is it always just like, all right?
No, I don't think it's like something that you like look forward to happening. Like, it's just one of those. I'm just a calm, like, laid back person. That's just me in general. So
Yeah.
I just never been like the type of person to like really panic about anything. So it just was kind of those, like, it don't matter if you panic or stay calm. Either way it go. If it's meant for you to die, or if it's meant for you to stay alive, that's what's gonna happen.
How many times did you get struck that day?
5.
Oh my God.
Yeah, 5 that time.
Jesus. How did you, like, I mean, thank God you survived it, but like, what, like, did they get body areas that weren't vital? Like, how did you survive it?
I mean, I feel like the areas was vital. That time I got shot in my face, in the back of my shoulder 2 times, my elbow, my thigh.
Did you go straight to the hospital? Like, how fast did you get there? Like, was it
probably took like 15-20 minutes to get to the hospital. I was waiting on the ambulance to come, but they never came. And then the police, 2 police officers showed up, and they actually took me to the hospital, not the ambulance.
The ambulance didn't pull up on you?
Nope, they was taking a real long time.
Damn. Man.
I woke up and my mama was like, "Can you see out your eye?" I'm like, "No, I don't think so." And that was it. That was like really the only like super damaging thing. And then like,
oh, so that was I'm sorry, I didn't know that the last incident was when your eye got hit.
Yeah. That was the same incident. And my sciatica nerve got damaged. Like that was kind of more vital than my eye. Like I didn't even know what a sciatica nerve was or at the time, but my sciatica nerve got partially damaged, and that like caused damage in my foot. That like give me more pain than my eye. I really don't be tripping about my eye, but my foot be hurting like a motherfucker.
So when your eye obviously is like closed a little bit, a lot of people are always probably like, what happened? But obviously it's that night.
Mm-hmm.
How much vision do you have in the eye? Can you
None.
see? Oh, you can't see through the eye at all?
Nope, not at all.
Damn.
Yep. I only got vision on my right eye.
Was it easy to adjust? Like I don't want to.
Not really. It wasn't easy to adjust, but as time goes along, man, you can't do nothing but adjust and adapt to it. I really can't do nothing else but adapt to it. Anything else would just be like too much energy to like dwell on the shit that I can't do or the fucked up part about it.
Now that this tape is coming to kind of be kind of a motivational aspect or a inspirational moment for that, to see your perseverance through that and getting through all that, that being the motivational force, what else was part of the reason why you came up with the tape, or was it specifically just that?
The motivation for the tape, I'm just really a petty person. I was just like throwing it out there, like, to make people mad that don't like me and don't want me to be here and wish I was dead and wish I didn't make it through that. I'm just the type of person just like to like this is what happened type of thing. Yeah, put it in their face. That's just me in general. So that kind of drive me to it, and just turn lemons into lemonade. There's nothing else that I could do as far as like dwelling on it that would benefit or be positive for me. So this is the best thing that I got out of it, turning it into something else. And not just my not just the album. I actually got a documentary coming out too, called God's Favorite, and it's all the whole incident, me getting shot, the car pulling up, pulling off, me running across 8 Mile, everything is all like on green light footage. I have all of that in my documentary.
Oh, so they have the green light footage from that
everything
night. Wow.
From start to finish, the whole car ride from me and the police cruiser to the hospital, eye hanging, everything.
Oh my God, son.
Yeah.
When is the documentary drop? Is that the same
I was
time?
aiming for 4/20 since that was the anniversary date, but things happen, people get busy. It's just hard to. I haven't got the ending all the way together yet, so that's the last thing that I'm trying to do, and then I'll be done with it. So I'm shooting for like July or August.
Very, very, very interesting, man. It's going to be, again, for people to see your story is very important, right? Because there's only so much we actually know about the artists.
Yeah, for sure.
Besides the interviews, and even sometimes you watch the interviews, like, I didn't really learn shit about this motherfucking artist. I just know small things. The documentary is going to showcase that, and this tape is going to showcase that. As far as artists and features and whatnot on the tape, is there anybody else outside of Tron that's going to be on the tape?
Yeah, outside of Tron, I got Peezy on there.
Dope.
I got Payroll on there. I got Peezy, Pretty Brayah. I got Summer None Other. She like a breakout star from Baddies. I got her on there, and I got Microwave Man. That's the only features that I got on the tape.
Damn, you pulled Microwave Man out? That's crazy.
Definitely, man. We from the same hood, so that was kind of easy to put together. We kind of like related too, so
oh really?
That was easy to put together. Outside of that, those the only artists that's on my tape.
Let me get down to J0 with you, my boy, man. Where are you from specifically?
Inkster, Compton, to be specific.
Inkster and Compton?
Compton is a hood inside of Inkster.
Oh, cool. I was about to say, damn, so then you guys got Flight Club, right? I think you guys got
Flight Club is like kind of Inkster, Dearborn, but yeah. I've never been to Flight Club before.
What?
Yeah, even though it's right there outside my neighborhood, I've never been before.
You are missing out, man.
Yeah.
Top rated. I heard that. I'm not gonna get into it, but I heard it is kind of hard to get in sometimes because of certain reasons.
Yeah.
But
I'm kind of like not a strip club person no more, man. They should have caught me a few years ago. They probably could have got some money out of me, but I ain't no strip club person now.
I feel you.
Yeah. So you be in there?
Oh no.
Okay.
No. I got a girlfriend, man.
Okay.
Nah.
But before you had a girlfriend, you was in there.
I seen it. I seen things happen.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Inkster, man. Life in Inkster. What was it like?
Like Detroit. Inkster is like a mini Detroit. A lot of people think it's like the suburbs, but it's like another east side or west side of Detroit.
I've never heard anybody say that Inkster was like suburban. I've always heard it kind of be parallel to Detroit.
A lot of people that I've met always think that Inkster is like Canton or Westland or something. I'll be like, what? Fuck no.
Nah, I don't know. I've been to Inkster. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not pretty. I mean,
it's not like a tourist spot.
Nah, I wouldn't say that it's like a place you want to pull up to besides Flight Club. But otherwise,
I gotta go to Flight Club, man. You
simple,
speak real highly of it.
When you're growing up in Inkster, what was life like for you?
Growing up, hustling, gambling, pretty much the basics, man. Just learning, bumping my head. It wasn't no like too much out of the ordinary. Pretty much all it is what you make of it.
Yeah.
Type of thing. You know, I've never been the one to like run with a lot of people. So, you know, I always like, you know, kind of been a leader in a sense and went my own way, honestly. So, you know, a lot of people's experience might not have been my experience, but now I've been through pretty much everything out there.
Yeah. So you feel, I mean, like what you just explained is kind of what a lot of people from the city explain the same kind of thing. Like you went through normally what most people went through, trying to survive, trying to make a living for yourself as you're growing up. What's the vital moment as you're growing up that changes trajectory of your life? Was there any specific thing as you're growing up that kind of changed everything?
Probably my dad being in jail. If he never was in jail, I never would have been out of Inkster. I never would have been gambling, meeting the people that I'm meeting. I just had to like fend for myself and teach myself growing up. So that led me to a lot of hustling and selling shirts, selling CDs, and eventually that leading to other stuff and just progressing and, you know, that leading to, you know, it's no ceiling on where that'll take me. So
why did he have to go to prison?
He went to prison for drugs.
Was it like a low sentence or like a high?
The first time it was 6 years, the second time was 8 years.
Oh, so you pretty much, he's taken out of your life eventually.
Yeah, and my mom, she always was like in Detroit while I was in Inkster, so I was like either with other family members or, you know, on my own, so that kind of like switched the trajectory and, you know, everything just on me at that moment.
It's terrible, man. It's terrible. But it makes you, getting through the tough times makes you sharper, right? It makes it
definitely.
It makes it easy to handle life when you go through the hardest of the times. When does music become a part of your life?
Music became a part of my life like right after high school, right after like 2010, 2011. I ended up going to jail in 2016 and getting out in 2018, and music like kind of became like a main thing for me and not just a hobby in 2018 when I came home.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing people that I started rapping with, Peezy, Payroll. Well, Payroll and them, the Doughboys was rapping a little bit before us, but people that was rapping around the same time that me and LOM started rapping, I'm seeing them getting like rich off of it. I'm like, damn, I know for a fact don't nobody hustle like me. If they can do it, I know for a fact I can do it. So they kind of like motivated me and made me like focus more on it and stop being like in the streets kind of, because for a long time I was like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, doing other things as well as rapping, but you know, now it's just like strictly rapping.
When you had to go away for that couple of years, can you talk about like what happened? Like why'd you have to go away?
It was two things. One is access device fraud. That was like some that's like manufacturing and putting stuff together to commit fraud.
Damn.
So I wasn't at home one time and the maintenance man at my house in Northville came in to fix some shit, and just seeing all the credit cards and the embossing machine and everything on my living room table, and he notified my leasing office and they called the police on me. They raided my house, and I had a case for access device fraud for the feds. But while I was on pretrial, I caught a case for delivering and manufacturing over 50 grams of heroin in 2014 or 15 or something like that. So that one ran concurrent with my federal case, and I ended up going to federal jail for 14 months, and then I had to go to state jail for 6 months to get my state number because my time ran concurrent.
So the maintenance man snitched on you?
Yep.
That maintenance man a bitch.
Definitely.
He didn't have to do any of that. He could have just been like, all right, there's that, and just kept moving.
Yeah. I've never been. I never was like caught in the act or nothing, and I had like a good run in the maintenance man.
Was he in court, man? Did he come to court?
Nope, he wasn't.
I would have slapped the fuck out of him. But anyways, other than that, so your first time doing time, was it easy for you to get through? Did you figure out like placement easy, or was it difficult?
Yeah, I feel like it was cool. I feel like the feds is a lot. Well, I've been to both, so the feds is a lot better than the state since I went to the feds first. It was cool. Everybody in there is in there for like money stuff and money crimes, and you know, it's easier to. I got a lot more in common with those guys than with the guys in the state. They in there for petty stuff and domestic violence and carjacking and a bunch of shit that I really ain't into. So it's a little, you know, worse there than in the feds, but both was cool. I'm just the same person out here that I am in there. I just be chilling. I don't be bothering nobody.
When you got out, how did you kind of proceed through life after that? Like, what was your mindset when you got out?
It was kind of like my mindset was like way more on music by that time. Way more on music and not more focused on getting street money, because that was where my focus was before I went to jail.
Yeah. So was it easy to kind of amp that up? I mean, you have a group, right?
Yeah.
And I know it kind of didn't pan out probably as planned with the group and everything like that,
Mhm.
but you're saying you're looking at Team Eastside, you're looking at all these groups that are flourishing, and then you're thinking we can do it too, right?
Yeah, but by that time, all of those groups had went like solo. Like
They're independent.
everybody doing their own
Yeah.
thing. Babyface, Peezy, Payroll, Keys, everybody doing like single projects and stuff
Right.
now. So
Right. So, what's the conversation with the guys like at that time when you're telling the group like, "Hey, let's figure this shit out"?
it really wasn't no conversation. You know, at this point, we all grown. We got kids. Everybody got bills. It ain't the same as, you don't have to explain yourself to a bunch of other people. It's like, shit, this is what I got to do to take care of what I got to take care of. You don't really got to explain that to nobody.
Yeah. Can you talk about the origination of the group? Like, how did you guys form together in the first place?
Yeah, so our group kind of more so originated like 2010, 2011. At first it was like another group, I would say like 1,000 Grams, before it was LOM. LOM is something that one of my homeboys made up back then. You know, it was just some royalty over money. It was just some young shit. We just was doing whatever, and you know, we was doing music together, and it sounded good at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we all grew up together and it just was comfortable together. That's how that happened.
Who were the original people in the group?
80s, Eastside 80s, Rambo, Pills, Gutter, me.
And 80s is, I was just talking to Comic J. Will a week ago, and he was basically saying, like, he created a sound and style, and then because he got, you know, locked up,
Mhm.
a bunch of people kind of took that blueprint and went
Yeah.
off with it. Do you feel that? Do you agree with that?
It's kind of like 50-50 with me. I just feel like music is like, you know, a creative thing. Like music, like it's more so what you feel. So a lot of people that they saying was stealing his style, you know, was with him around the time, was with him every day, and that's just what they're comfortable with. So, you know, just because they sound similar to somebody don't mean they trying to steal something. That's just what it is.
The
you know?
influence, right?
Yeah.
More than anything else.
Yeah.
Do you guys have like grudges or anything towards each other, or is everybody that was originally in the group, like, is everything all good for the people that are around still?
I mean, me personally, I don't really get caught up in all of that. We don't like each other, all that. You know, even if we go months or years, it's people that I haven't talked to in years from the group. You know, it's still all love. It's not no like beefing or nothing. You know, we just, everybody went their separate paths and doing their own thing. I don't, hate them for doing what's best for them, and I will hope they would do the same thing for me, doing what's best for me.
So, when you're talking about the early stages of the group, what was the first signs that you guys were seeing where you guys were getting a response from the city or people acknowledging you guys?
It was more so, it wasn't even like the city. It just was like a Inkster embracing us kind of thing. We was just doing it for fun, like as a hobby then, but not knowing that people would really take this shit serious and really be like, listen to it and become diehard fans.
Yeah, man. Because it's like a group that, you know, there's only so many groups going on at that same time, right? What's probably like happening around that time, like Stunt Hard Band Gang.
Stunt Hard Band Gang, you got Team Eastside, Doughboys, fucking, who else was it besides them? There's a couple other people, man, I can't think of it.
But did you guys feel like you were making momentum or enough moves, or like, hey, we're getting there? Or did you always feel like we're being heard mostly in Inkster and it's kind of, Detroit's kind of showing love to us?
It didn't feel like that at the time. Like, people really didn't start embracing us and like till later, like to when the group was like falling apart and wasn't what it was. Like, people would start like giving us our props and our flowers and naming songs and reciting words. Like, damn, I didn't think you would know that. And like, people really was paying attention, and I thought they wasn't.
What was like the highlight, do you think, overall for the group?
It's been so many, like, it's so many different people that embrace certain artists. Like, you got Babyface Ray, like Babyface Ray and Peezy, like they always cling more to 80s, because probably to me he was from the East Side, so that might have been like more of an East Side thing. But you know, people outside of them doing music with us, like Snoop, like people that we really look up to and really fuck with on the music level, embracing us and wanting to do music with us. We're like, damn, like we like to us, we looking at them like they up here, and they looking at us like we up there, and they're like, damn, we don't really take this shit serious like this, and y'all looking at us like that, like, you know, that really was a big deal to me.
Like that mutual respect on the inner side of the community of the entertainment scene, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Like the people who are doing it, it's like they're showing love. Yo, it's your boy Kid L. If you're an artist, entertainer, or have a brand that needs more motion, then check out the Artist X strategy. You can receive one-on-one coaching with real entertainment and business moguls. They'll help you navigate through the hurricane of the entertainment industry. You can also receive music and social media analysis. Through algorithm checks, we can help you identify and fix your weaknesses. Networking opportunities are also available. Message Kid L Video on Instagram for more info.
Yeah.
When first of all, since you guys were all kind of from different areas to some degree, how did you guys like meet and form together?
I mean, really, the only person that wasn't from the same area as us was 80s. Everybody else was pretty much from Inkster. Like,
okay, cool.
We all really grew up with each other, was around each other from a young age.
How did 80s get involved with you guys?
I think his mama lived in Inkster, so you know he ended up being out there around us, and his sister went to high school with some of our friends, and he just was always around. So that's how that came about. When
you're saying that there's more love shown towards the end, what was the reasons that things started to like fall apart?
Everybody doing their own thing, like people just growing apart, life happening, like life be lifing, like that's really a thing. People, you know, everybody going through their own stuff, like it'd be a lot to handle. So it's really a lot to handle as a group. You got everybody, you got different emotions, you got to deal with different personas and attitudes, and you know that become a lot when I could just deal with myself and deal with everything myself and not have to have everybody's weight on my shoulders. Like it's kind of easier that way.
Yeah, because it's like family life can deter people from the music, and it's like one person could want to be in the studio one day and then everybody else is like, I can't make it.
Right.
But if you're just doing it on your own,
way easier.
Way easier, right?
Yeah, way easier.
So what year did it roughly, do you feel like you're individual now, or it's just like, okay, I'm just kind of on my own with it?
This had to be like 2014, 2015 once the 80s went to jail. So everybody kind of went their own separate way and was doing their own thing. I feel like I think Pills did his like double disc around like 2014. Everybody started doing their own thing around that time.
Yeah, so when you're realizing, okay, I gotta push this on my own now, what was the first signs for you, like, all right, the people are fucking with me individually now?
Yeah, I think it probably had to be like the first solo tape I put out or something like that. You know, because it was either do it with the group or do it solo. So, you know, since the group wasn't an option no more, it's just I don't have no choice but to see where the solo should take me.
Yeah, man. And at that time, the competition level, it's not really like a competition level, but the amount of artists flourishing in Detroit at that time was like insurmountable, right?
Yeah, hell yeah. Detroit always got like a lot of talent. So I don't really think of it like, you know, as like the competition. You know, I just work. I really don't try to look at what everybody else doing, just do my own thing.
When you, which is kind of funny, but it kind of goes back to, we'll go back and forth in time a little bit. When you're individual and you're putting out songs that are getting reciprocation compared to like now when you're getting reciprocation, a song that stands out that a lot of people are going to get pissed off from me saying, but when you came out with Hey There, the cover, everybody went fucking nuts for that shit. And it's substantially different than anything you've ever fucking released ever. It's not even like comparable to anything you've ever released.
Right.
Did that bother you at all that it hit?
Yeah, it kind of like, I don't want to say like it was a slap in the face, but that's something that's not what I do. That's just I was just playing around, like
fucking around in the studio.
Yeah, I can make that type of music all day, but that's not like the music that I like to make. That's not what well, I guess I am comfortable with it. I can do it to a sense, but I make music that I like and would make me happy. I really don't try to cater to the audience.
Yeah, I mean, you get when you put Save the Day, My Life, and people
are that's
really
my type of. That's what my like loyal fan base kind of cater to.
How did my Life come together?
My Life, Rocaine did that beat. I actually recorded that song myself. It wasn't nothing like out of the ordinary or nothing. It just was a regular day in the studio, and it just, I guess I kind of was more in the mood to just talk about personal stuff opposed to my regular thing of like using a lot of metaphors and things. Like I was kind of more wanted to talk about like my life in a sense.
Yeah, and it's just breaking it down more simplistically than having too many references, right?
Yeah, like I don't like making simple music, so a lot of my shit don't. It's crazy. Like my hardest songs be the simplicity stuff that people cling to the most, and that's not really like what I like to make.
Yeah, and it's kind of important to use metaphors a little bit too.
Yeah,
You can't really outright say everything the way you need to say it.
yeah.
And also Save the Day, if you could talk about that, because these are generating high volumes of views.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk about that project and how it came together?
Save the Day, K Money recorded that. That's produced by K Money too. That's just it wasn't nothing out of the ordinary with that either. Just me and him in his basement just working. That might have been one of 4 songs that we recorded that day. So
Yeah.
I'm not thinking nothing of it. Me and him, we just work like that.
But when you're generating hundreds of thousands of views on YouTube alone, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure the Apple numbers are crazy and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
How much motivation is it at that point? And are you figuring out where the audience is? Do you know like which cities are rocking with it and who's actually putting the support behind it all?
Yeah, definitely. I'm starting to get into like the analytics more, and it's definitely like motivation that I can do something that I like stop hustling illegally completely. Like, so for me to just be able to focus on just doing music and not having to do none of the other stuff that I was risking my freedom and risking my life doing, it's a lot of motivation. I don't have to do none of that shit, so that mean a lot to me.
So now it's just all music.
Yeah.
That's dope as fuck, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially because it's like, I seen the interview you did with Bang Gang Javar, and when you guys were talking, I was like, God damn, man. Like, this is insane amount of like thinking that you have to do and
yeah, for sure.
involvement, right?
It's a lot. And I damn near forgot, left out half of the shit that really go into this shit. Like, since then, I've learned so much. Like, I've been learning like the music business part so much every day. And it's so much that the average artist don't know. Like, and they just leaving so much money on the table.
Oh yeah, all day long. I always give rants about how much money you can make as an artist without even having your stream numbers be that crazy. There's tons of ways to make money. I really enjoyed Stanley Cup, man. I really enjoyed Pit Stop. I liked listening to stuff where I feel like the versatility is shown and that you're not one dimensional and that you can take different avenues.
Yeah.
But what do you get DM'd about the most, or what do you get complimented for the most when it comes to your music?
Complimented the most? I get a lot of DMs, like people like saying that I got them through like a hard time, or like I helped them just, my like the daily stuff that I'm talking about, like in my life, help them in their life. Like I get that a lot. I'm trying to think. That's really like the most that I get, DM'd about, or people talk to me about, is just like helping them and getting through stuff that they was going through. That mean a lot to me.
It's kind of like sometimes you just need a song to kind of solidify your presence, and then everything can kind of work around that. But you haven't hit like tens of millions on a song yet, or anything?
Nope,
like that.
I haven't even hit 1 million on a song yet.
Just on YouTube.
Yeah, not on
collectively
YouTube.
You have, but not on YouTube yet.
Collectively, but not on YouTube. I think I got a couple that's a couple away.
Yeah, it's difficult because you can keep a constant barrage of high views, but the million kind of sets you apart from everybody once you can actually hit it one time, right?
Yeah, definitely.
With the fan base being in the city and in Inkster as well, have you drove into Oakland? Have you went to other cities and seen the same amount of love? Are you recognized as that?
It's a lot of places. Well, I ain't gonna say a lot of places, but it's a few places like Oakland, Milwaukee, Cleveland, Ben Harbor, Grand Rapids, where I got like just as much as love as I have in the city.
God damn, son.
Yeah, so I'm starting to like the next thing that's on my to-do list is setting up like a small kind of like 6-7 city tour.
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
Do you have it like orchestrated in your mind of like who could open for you or anything like that, or do you want to be a part of somebody's show?
I'm not opposed to either one. I haven't thought about who will open for me because like I don't consider myself like a artist that needs to be open for. Yeah, I feel like I'm the person that needs to be opening for people.
Damn.
So I really haven't put that much thought into it.
I seen you at the Pistons 313 Day, man.
Yeah.
They were showing you love on the camera and everything. What does it mean to get that that kind of stamp right there, to be shown as a part of the culture and as a part of the community?
I mean, it's normal. I got season tickets. They always be doing that.
They didn't put you on there because you got season tickets though.
No, but that ain't the first that they always put me on there
Yeah.
with as far as on the camera and stuff. You know, it feel good. It's just like normal. I don't like attention. Like for me to be like an artist and be like doing what I'm doing to make a living, I don't like attention. So, you know, it'd be cool, but I don't like really care for it.
Really?
Mm.
You have to have it though if you're an artist, bro.
Yeah.
Cameras got to be on you like 24.
I hate it.
You don't like it?
Mm-mm. Not at all.
But it's part. You have to do it. It's so
Yeah.
unfortunate. Bro.
It's growing on me.
Do you have somebody answer your DMs or do you
I answer all my DMs myself. Anybody that DM me, I respond back.
That's the thing I wish I could get rid of. If it's anything in the world,
DMs?
oh man, I wish I could just hire somebody to do that shit.
Your shit be slamming?
Oh my god, bro! I get 100 to 1,000 like every 3 days. I gotta
Really?
go through yeah, because you gotta realize that something with me is like, first of all, people feel like I'm accessible just because I'm media. I'm not a rapper.
Mhm.
Rappers are more inaccessible, but also interviews. Can I get a one mic? Can you consult for me?
Right.
And see, like, just a ton of different people needing a ton of different things, and you're just sitting there like, and then you got people who think their story is crazy.
Right.
So you got to deal with 1,000 stories of people telling you this what happened to me, this what happened to me, and you're just sitting there like, bro, I don't give a fuck, bro. Like,
Yes.
who gives a fuck? Like, what are you talking about right now?
Me coming from like illegally hustling, like now I'm doing this for a living. Like people be in my DM wanting like features, all that type of features. To make a long story short, they want to spend money. So this how I pay my bills now. So I'm trying to see who's trying to spend some motherfucking money.
Yeah.
So I'm responding to everybody. If they compliment something or like something, I'm responding. Thank you, I appreciate you. Like, cause this is what make them want to go listen more, want to actually spend some money with me. So this is the type of shit that I have to do.
It's a business.
Yeah, it's a business for sure.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
I'm not ignoring nobody. Like if people be motherfuckers be like, I can't believe you answered, and hell yeah, like I'm answering everything.
You know what the crazy thing that people ask for is your phone number.
Yeah.
You ever get the DMs where somebody's like, "I want to get your phone number"?
Yeah, I don't respond to them until a motherfucker send the money for a feature or something. They send that half of that $2,500 over. Hell yeah, you can get my number.
That's a message to all these upcoming artists. Stop asking for our phone numbers, bro.
Yeah.
God damn.
Ask for it after y'all spend the money. After you spend the money, then hell yeah, you get my number.
Yeah, fuck that shit. Or like people in public, you know, obviously when you walk in public, everybody wants your phone. Let me see your phone. Let me add you as a follower. Let me follow you back. All that type of shit.
Yeah, they don't really be asking for my phone. Now, they might tell me to follow them or something. Like I
Type
have
shit.
people today while I was at the BabyTron shoot, they was like, go follow my page or whatever. But they came in, helped us out of the video shoot, helped us with what we needed. So hell yeah, I went and followed them. It's like a favor for a favor type of thing.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't get down with it.
Yeah.
I don't like the whole asking somebody to follow you back thing.
Right.
I just never been into it because it's almost like if that person fucks with you, they're just gonna do it anyway.
Right. Yeah, and I'm like, and people be real like bent up about that. Like people really take that to heart. Like if you don't follow them or it's not that serious to me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't, it's not that serious. If somebody fuck with you, they're gonna do it on their own.
I almost had a dude crash out on me because he said, he's like, let me get your number. I was like, you can get my Instagram, bro. And he's like, oh, I'm not good enough for your phone number, bro. And I was like, oh shit,
Yeah, like,
where
it's
we
not
going
that
right now?
serious. Like,
It's getting crazy out here.
it's really not that serious.
It's hard for people to handle what they feel like as celebrities or fames when they're in person with it all the time.
Right.
That's why all my rapper friends keep security around them. Do you do that? Do you have security around you?
In certain places, it depends on where I'm going. I'm not opposed to it. I'm not one of those guys like I ain't about to walk around with security. I'm like, hell yeah. Sometimes I go with security. Anybody that's gonna help me protect my life, I'm very specific and very particular about that. Like,
Is everything good? Or is anything happening? Oh yeah, go ahead. Whoever needs to go.
No, it's okay.
Wow, we got time. We're none. Are you good?
yeah, I ain't in no rush. I ain't got shit to
Yeah, do
do.
your thing. I don't want you sitting here feeling like all that pressure in your system. Huh?
Bye.
Go ahead.
Sure. All right. Yeah, man.
Security. You're talking about security.
Yeah. Go ahead.
But yeah, I'm not one of those like tough guys. Like, hell no, I ain't walking with security. Hell yeah, anybody that's gonna help protect my life. Because at the end of the day, I gotta make it back home. I got kids. I got people that I take care of. So I'm never gonna be on too much of a high horse that I feel like I'm too good to have people around me to protect me.
Well, you have to, man, because you've been involved in so many situations where it's like you need somebody to be looking where you can't see. You know what I'm saying? Like 3 times is like, even after the first time, I'd be like, I need 360 presidential security. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
it's just amazing to me that people hear your story and then they don't convert immediately to a fan just based off the story. Because the music's great. The music
Some
does
people
what it
don't
does.
believe you. Some people think you lying. Like some people, it take a lot to. I kind of one of those people. Like I don't go become a full fan of somebody. Like I gotta either hear their name a few times or hear their music like a few times. It can't just be one time. Like it gotta resonate on me. Like damn, like oh, somebody was just talking about him a couple weeks ago. Let me go check him out. Like
Yeah.
and that and once they actually become a fan, they're gonna be a fan forever.
Yeah. You got to hear a little bit of validation before you fully believe into what's happened.
Yeah.
Do you so I know that music is the primary way of income right now. You've left all their stuff behind, but are you an entrepreneur in any type of way outside of music?
Yeah, I have my record label. I have merch. I have real estate. I have
Who's under the label right now?
no other artists under the label. No, outside of me. I'm kind of currently looking, but it's not like a big deal for me. I've been like learning the music business more and trying to get into like writing for other people. That's kind of one of the things that I've been real stuck on.
Ghostwriting?
Yeah, ghostwriting.
I heard it's huge in the R&B scene.
Definitely. Not just art, just music in general. There's a lot of money in it. A lot of people don't want to sit and learn the music, the business aspect of it. But me, I'm just in love with business in general. So that's kind of what I like that more than creating the music.
I'm getting into that too. I've been getting into like not only thinking about entertainment, but thinking about the process of producing a product, basically. Like when you make content, you're kind of making product in its own way.
Right.
It's just entertainment as the source of the product.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you're like doing shit and you're kind of like, man, I kind of don't give a fuck about this. But then it's like figure out how to make it consumable for people and figure out how to profit off of it, even if you're not enjoying the process all the fucking time, right?
Right.
Which is hard as fuck. But doing shows is a way to profit yourself. Even if you don't want to do a show, it's you're making money off of the fucking
Yeah,
thing.
for sure.
When it comes to, were you at Brickfest?
Brickfest? No.
The Jesus Smokes show?
Nope, I don't think so.
You weren't at that show. Were you supposed to attend 313 weekend? Were you supposed to perform?
I was never on that. A lot of the city artists don't be fucking with me.
Damn, it sucks.
Yeah.
So 313 weekend, you were kind of, nobody reached out to just say like, can you pull up to this event?
They never reach out to me. They don't fuck with me.
That sucks, man.
Yeah, it sucks for them.
G-Mac Cash was just telling us the same thing. He was like, for some reason, I'm not. Like, think about it. With G-Mac's situation, it's crazy as hell because every sport organization has him as an anthem.
Yeah.
And they still excluded him from 313 weekend.
Yeah.
It's like, how do they decide who gets to be a part of 313 weekend?
Yeah, I think it's certain people that run that event. But yeah, not just that event. I just, damn people don't be fucking with me in general.
Do you think it's the artists or do you think it's the organizers of the event that are excluding you from these events?
I think all of the above. I think people be scared to deal with me because other people don't deal with me. It's kind of like a clout thing. Like it's people that don't deal with me because of certain people, and it's people that don't deal with me because of other people that I'm associated with.
You're getting blackballed a little bit.
Yeah, I mean you can call it that, but that don't stop. I don't look at it like they try it, but that ain't gonna stop that.
When a power that has the ability to exempt you from a show is telling people to not book you for a show or have you be a part of it, that is blackballing at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's an attempt.
It is, for sure. Which doesn't make any sense because I've never heard anything about you that's like, yo, man, fuck this guy.
Right.
Like
I don't do nothing bad to nobody or nothing, I stay to myself. I ain't kissing no ass. I ain't doing, I'm a man of principles and morals, and if I feel like you do something that I don't like or I'm not agreeing with, I just don't want to deal with you. People don't like that. People like people that like say yes to everything, and they want you to be a yes man and want you to be friends with everybody. And the music business, like the industry part and like the Detroit part, is like a fake ass thing, and I don't like fake shit, so I don't really like get along with a lot of the people and the things that be going on in the city.
There's certain parts of it where I do agree with people use the Detroit title to cover up for certain aspects of business.
Mm-hmm.
And then you realize it has nothing to do with Detroit. It's just what that person wants to gain from the situation.
Right.
But they'll use Detroit as a way to like structure it. Like, this is for Detroit.
Right.
This is about Detroit. And it's almost like, man, you don't give a fuck about none of that
Yeah,
shit.
it don't be about Detroit. They just say that shit to cover up, to hide whatever that they trying to hide. Like
the
that's why.
gatekeeping is it's pretty outlandish in my opinion. I think anybody that's producing and helping to bring the community together or helping the music scene flourish needs to be represented and respected in that regard.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like we should be like walking as a collective, like Atlanta artists do, New York artists do, like California artists. Like I feel like Detroit is like is about to be a mecca. Like as far as like on the music scene, not just music, like acting. A lot of the stuff we got going on is a lot of stuff that other big cities have going on, and like we next in line. So I just feel like we shouldn't be as divided as we are.
Has any label approached you yet? Has anybody tried to sign you?
I've had Sean Cotton from Say Cheese. He got some shit going on with 99 OVR. He's approached me. I've had Atlantic approached me, and I've had Monarch who Cash Dollar signed to. They didn't approach me.
Why did you turn down all the deals?
They don't be talking about no money. They just be trying to give me money that I already got, so it don't be no point.
Damn. But what about the resources that they offer?
The resources that they have is they just paying for the same resources that I can find myself. So if I got the money to pay for the resources, it's kind of a waste of time for me to get them all my shit and let them control when I can drop, what I can drop. I just ain't trying to be, stuck in no situation like that.
Damn. Imagine a label trying to give you the money you already have, and they're trying to give you resources that you can already get to yourself. Right?
Yeah, and then want a percentage of your shit and own it for a certain amount of years. Like it's pointless to me.
Yeah,
their labels are used to signing people that don't know their business. Like I've been handling business since I was 10, 11 years old. So the stuff that they come to me and say, it might sound appealing to somebody else, but it's not gonna sound the same to me.
I've heard that a lot, that they prey on ignorance, right?
Yeah.
Desperation and ignorance, actually.
Mm-hmm.
People who are desperate and people who are ignorant.
Right.
And they end up getting you in these deals that end up screwing you over in the long run, right?
Right.
Which is crazy as fuck. When you talk about this documentary that you got coming out, can you talk about who helped film production and who helped putting budget behind it?
The only person put budget behind anything I do is me.
Mm-hmm.
As far as like production, I've dealt with a lot of different videographers on Wet Life Productions. My man's Liam have been recording a majority of the interviews. One of my guys, Gage. Who else filmed some stuff from there? My cousin Jalen.
Is there a main director or anybody that was doing the main contribution to the camera work or anything?
No main director, but when I'm done, I'm submitting everything to Al Prophet. Al Prophet is supposed to be narrating it for me and directing it, so it's gonna be like a joint collab with me and him. He narrates and directs a lot of the biggest documentaries that come out of Detroit.
What milestone moments in the documentary come from your life that you can talk about now that people are gonna be able to see in the documentary?
Milestone moments?
Or like not even just milestone, but just kind of like certain moments that are very standoutish.
Me getting shot, getting transported to the hospital, me doing the interview days after I got shot, other people highlighting like the video that went viral of the lady like recording me on the ground. I interviewed her in it. I interviewed the detective that took me to the hospital. I interviewed one of the security guards that helped me cross the street after I got shot, stopping traffic. Like my mom, my dad, like it's real detailed from start to finish. The
woman that filmed you, when you first seen the video and everything like that, were you like, what was your thought process when you first seen like the footage of everything?
I was kind of mad about it at first. Like, damn, why the fuck is the first thing that she thought of was to record me bleeding on the ground? But then, me being me, I just thought of a way to flip it and use it and turn it into something positive.
Yeah, I was looking at the Hip Hop Lab today, and they posted that video of the guy who got shot in the face twice.
Yeah.
You see that?
No, I didn't see that.
It was in the Hip Hop Lab. He literally had just gotten shot, and then like seconds later, he pulled out his phone and was like filming himself going out. And I was just like,
that's crazy.
And I was just like kind of saying like, damn, bro, like,
right.
I wouldn't even be thinking about my phone at this particular moment.
Yeah,
but like on that side with the lady, it's almost like this dude's dying.
Yeah, everything is like for the internet now, bro. Like it's scary. Like everything is for the internet now.
Yeah, it's like You know, the way I kind of look at it too is it's almost like, all right, I guess we're just turning into robots to some degree. Like now this is just a part of us. And do we accept it? Do we just go like, you know what, this is just a part of us, accept it, it's an extension of our life? Or do we look at these phones and go like, no, this is like bad for you? Yeah. Like, how do you do it? Like, I think it works both ways. I think there's a lot of positive sides to it, but then there's a lot of negative sides to it too. Yeah,
I mean, even with the negative sides, like, you have to embrace it and accept it, because without it, like, you're like very limited on keeping up with the future and what's going on and making money. Most importantly, like, that's like the phone is a money maker now. Like, yeah. Without it, like, you lessen your chances so much to keep up with everybody else and what's going on. So you don't have a choice but to embrace it and utilize it and use it for you to figure out a way to make some money, or your ass gonna be broke.
I think if you find the discipline to use it when you need it and to put it away when you don't, then you'll become stronger. Yeah,
I wish I didn't have to use the phone at all. I like want to have somebody that just like controls my social media and follow me around with a camera and stuff. I don't want to like get on social media at all, because it's just so much negative stuff, and you will see something and you just be scrolling, and I'll be on my phone for hours, and I just could be utilizing that time and doing something else.
When it comes to you listening to the music scene in Detroit and being a fan of it for as long as you've been, what is the most substantial piece of work that you think has come from the city for you personally?
The most substantial piece of work?
Yeah, that you've seen that you think was influential to not only yourself but also the music scene's growth.
As of recently, it might have been a Peezy Small Time Ghetto tape. Before that, like, everything kind of like sound the same. I feel like people get a buzz and get a fan base and they just drop anything. Like, they don't give a fuck what they put out. Like, I feel like we need to get back more to the old Team Eastside tapes and the old Doughboys tapes, when like people was like, rap was like more so pure and raw, and like, you know, it was real. Like, people didn't have to worry about the stuff that they said, and the police wasn't taking people to jail for their lyrics and shit. Like, people just could say whatever come to mind. Like, that's when I was like more so a fan of it. Now I kind of listen like more R&B and shit now.
Really? You're kind of switching off a little bit?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's going to bounce back to the way you're saying it.
Yeah, I hope so.
But to kind of take a little break from it is kind of necessary sometimes, right?
Yeah.
When it comes down to Inkster support, is it still here? Like, is there a music support base in Inkster still, or was that kind of more just in the earlier times?
Yeah, I think it's still a fan base in Inkster for sure. That's where I'm from, so it kind of, I got a big heavy presence in there. You know, they always support the people that's from there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely think I got a crazy support system in Inkster.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, it's like all over the place. I notice when I look at people reacting to what you do, anytime you drop a new song or you upload a new clip, I see and I look and I know that it's all different cities tapping in. I know it's not just the city, Detroit.
Yeah, for sure.
It's all over the place, which is crazy. It's just about expansion and marketing after that. Like you said, you have to understand the music business to know where to market yourself and where to get the most volume of reach from.
For sure.
So it's just almost a matter of time before the big bang happens, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Can you tell everybody about the tape one more time?
So Checkmate is dropping Friday, April 25th. I got 19 songs on there. I think 6 or 7 of the songs are already out. So 12 of the songs gonna be already like unreleased, never heard before unless you've been on one of my lives. I got Peezy, Payroll, Pretty Brayah, BabyTron, Summer None Other, and Microwave Man on there. Those are the features from the tape. And I do plan on putting a deluxe out sometime after the tape drop.
For sure, man. Is there anything in your mind you want to chop up before we bounce out?
If you want any merch, NBCTheLabel.com. I got a app dropping in the next couple months that I'm working on right now.
What's the app?
I don't know if I'm gonna name it LOM Rudy. Just like I don't know if you're familiar with G Herbo, but G Herbo got an app. G Herbo got his own app. I actually go through the same developers that he used for his shit. It is just like, you know, you can get meet and greets, tickets, features, exclusive unreleased music, all type of content on there. If you a hardcore fan or, you know, really fuck with me, you will have an app or be a subscriber to it.
Do you think any of your fans ever went like, damn, bro, what happened to kind of like that scam era of talking and shit like that?
Yeah, you know, they be asking me about all that. They be like, one, like, make something like this, make something like that. But, you know, that was a certain part in life where I was at. So I feel like, you know, if you're a real fan, you're going to like whatever I make. You know, I'll be trying to keep up. I just talk about what's going on in my life right now or what just happened as far as that era 10, 12 years ago. I'm not doing that every day or witnessing that, so it's hard for me to talk about it.
Yeah, you're trying to move on from all that shit. Like,
yeah,
that's not you anymore. It's over with.
definitely.
For sure, man. Look, I appreciate you doing this. You know we're gonna do a part 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5. So
I'm ready whenever you
this
is.
is just the introduction to, you know, getting you aboard. Like I said, this should have happened 300 episodes ago, but timing sometimes just takes time. That's all it is.
Yeah, timing is everything, man. We did it when it was supposed to happen.
For sure. We'll get you back on again soon, man. Appreciate you doing this. Appreciate everything that you've been contributing as far as music's concerned, man. You tap on all bases. So many different demographics of people can listen to you and really enjoy what you put out there. You've always been a humble but serious dude that people can look up to and respect the hustle, respect the grind, how you crafted yourself and developed yourself over time. And, you know, your outlook and perspective on how the city moves is respectable. And I'm sure a lot of people appreciate your efforts and what you've been doing and your contributions. We're at Parallel Sound Studio, High-Level Visual Shootings Productions. We're out. Peace.
This episode was brought to you by Kid L Productions. For music video, photography, event video, video production, consulting, and more. Book with Kid L today.